This week, the California Supreme Court ruled that doctors can't discriminate against patients based on their own religious beliefs. This ruling came about after a San Diego fertility clinic refused to treat a lesbian patient, presumably under the impression that touching a lesbian vagina will make you gay. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's nonsense. And I'm personally willing to touch as many lesbian vaginas as it takes to end this ridiculous prejudice. Just form an orderly queue at the end of the video, ladies. And anyway, if God didn't want gays to have babies, he wouldn't have blessed disgraced evangelical minister Ted Haggard with 5 beautiful children. Now you might be thinking, Mark, the lesbians I'm interested in are the hot, girl-on-girl action kind, not the pregnant ones. So what does this decision possibly have to do with me? After all, it's not as if you were refused service in an Italian restaurant by a follower of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. But I'm here to tell you that it's the thin end of a wedge made out of Bibles and bullshit. After all, what if our nation's atheist opticians suddenly stopped offering service to people with the sincere but misguided belief that God takes a personal hands-on interest in the outcome of sporting events? Where would we be then when the referee really needed his eyes tested? But more to the point, maybe you won't be affected by a pharmacist who's unwilling to provide someone contraception based on their own personal beliefs. But how would you feel if the pharmacist wouldn't supply you with painkillers for a recent wrist injury because she suspected that you caused it yourself, committing the sin of owning? That's the one you get looking at all those hot MILF action websites. After all, there are only certain repetitive strain injuries that are acceptable to repetitively ridiculous religious fanatics. And there's a lot more in the Bible about spilling seed than there is about pregnant lesbians. And if you are of a religious persuasion, please don't become a pharmacist if all you're willing to dispense are placebo pills, psalms and platitudes. Go work in the menswear department. There you can sell magical Mormon underpants instead. It's what God would have wanted, apparently. This video was supplied for pious, puritanical purposes only. Well folks, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to rate it. Anywhere up to 5 hardly holy hand jobs. Or come up with your own rating system and leave it in the comments. Hope you also enjoyed my last video, which was my trip to Edinburgh. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out. I'll be editing part 2 of that later this week and hopefully posting it sometime next week. So there's more to come, including a cool special guest or 2 in that video. See you next time. Cheers.